Hey, what is happening, everybody? You are back with TheReal PG for another NFL player prop video for today, Thanksgiving Day, November the 24th. Before we get into the video, I do have a little bit of news to drop real quick. But first, if you could please smash that like button for this Thanksgiving Day content. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for the most up-to-date information on player injuries, player line movement, and anything else in regards to today's NFL slate. Last but not least, and certainly the most important, there are 3 links in the description section. One is for the free Discord, second is for the VIP paid Patreon, and third is the link to Thrive Fantasy. Right now we are doing a promotion with Thrive Fantasy and the Real PG community working together. So right now, if you go over to Thrive Fantasy and you can complete 3 simple steps, you will be able to get my top tier Patreon, which runs $40 a month, for free until the end of 2022. All you're going to do is head over to thrivefantasy.com. You're going to sign up with my promo code, capital letters PG. You're going to deposit $10. They will match up to 100% on $100. So if you deposit 10, they'll give you 10 for free. If you deposit 50, you get 50 for free, and so on all the way up to 100. You can deposit as much as you'd like, but you only need to deposit 10. Last but not least, you need to play in 1 paid entry. Once you've done all 3 of those steps, come into the Discord, just into the main chat, and just say, hey, just at TheReal PG. Type me in, click my name when it pops up like that, and say, hey, I'm ready, I've taken care of the Thrive requirements, and I will get back to you right away, verify it, and get you moved into Patreon. But today, we're going to do a little bit of a sneak peek and give everyone a look at what's going on inside Patreon and what we're thinking for the Thanksgiving slate. One more time, I do want to go over the quick requirements for the Thrive promotion if you do want to get into the Patreon until the end of the year. Again, you're going to be using my link, which is going to be below in the description section of the YouTube video. You're going to click that link. You're going to sign up using my promo code PG. You're going to deposit a minimum of $10 and play in 1 paid entry. After you do all 3 of those steps, you're going to hop on Discord and let me know, and I'm going to get you hooked up. That being said, guys, let's get into today's plays. I got some awesome ones. We're going to start off at Thrive. So I got a couple plays for you over here that I do really like. So first, let's scroll down to our first target here. We got a few of them. First, we're going to be looking at Gabe Davis and his over yards. If we take a look on Pinnacle, we will see that Gabe Davis comes in with some mega juice to the over. Gabe Davis at 58.5 yards is minus 139 to the over, plus 106 to the under. If we look at his last 5, Gabe Davis has 74, 35, 33, 93, and 68, so he has gotten there in 3 of the last 5. He has a pretty solid matchup against Detroit tomorrow, so I do like him for over 58.5 yards. Next, we are going to scroll on down to Dalton Schultz, and we're going to be looking at his over 39.5 yards. So let's hop into Pinnacle and take a look at the Dallas game and Dalton Schultz. So Dalton Schultz, if I can find him, Dalton Schultz comes in at minus 116 over 39.5 yards, minus 112 to the under. So it's basically a 50-50. But given the past matchups and the love Dak has been showing towards Dalton Schultz, I definitely think this prop is obtainable. If we look at his last 5, he was out in this game 49, 74, 54, and last game, not in the best matchup against Minnesota, he had 22 on 3 receptions, so a little bit lower yards in the last game. I don't expect that again. He does have a great matchup against Detroit, against the Giants. If we take a look On here, we come by the tight end and we go to receiving yards, and we scroll down just a little bit. We'll see the New York Giants are about a top 7 matchup in the league as far as yards to the tight end goes, so you can feel safe locking in Dalton Schultz to the over. And why not? I will throw in one bonus pick for you guys. Let's take a look at Mac Jones and his completions over 19.5. I believe he's hit that every game in the last 5. Completions 22. Versus Chicago, that was in the absolute mess of a rain slash slush storm where there was no passing. He had 3 completions on 13 attempts, so we're going to leave the outlier out there. Other than that, he's had 22, 24, 20, and 23, all 4 solid overs. If we take a look on Pinnacle, scroll into this New England game, they have a pretty solid matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take a look at Mac Jones. Coming in at 20.5 on the books, minus 121. So it is actually 1 completion higher on the books, still juiced to the over. So there's actually some value being given that drive right here. So I would jump on this play before it does get bumped. It could get bumped. So that's what the 3 I'm going to leave you with for tomorrow, guys. Mac Jones over 19.5 completions. We've got Dalton Schultz over 39.5 yards. And we've got Gabe Davis going over 58.5 yards. All right, let's hop into PrizePicks. So I think I've got the winning 6-man for tomorrow. I, unfortunately, have used my Justin Jefferson free square. So we're going to start there. I am going to give you guys 6 picks today. It is Thanksgiving after all. We're going to start with JJ over a half a yard. That is a lock. Not anything is a lock in gambling, but that is a lock. Next, we are going to be taking a look at Jacoby Myers. So Jacoby Myers has a line at 4. It is going to bump. Okay, he has pushed this or hit it in every matchup. Let's take a look on the books here. Look how insane this is. So Jacoby is at minus 141 to the over, but it's not at 4. It's at 4.5. So it's already bumped half a point on the books, and it's mega juiced to the over. So that 4 seems absolutely free on PrizePicks. Lock that in. Play number 2. Play number 3, we're going to stay on the same team, same idea. I like stacking in DFS just like I like stacking in my cards on my props. So let's take a look at Ramondre. So Ramondre Stevenson, we're going to be looking at his 4 receptions. He's hit this or pushed in 4 of the last 5 games. He's been 1 under in the game. He did not hit it. The line in Pinnacle, again, absolutely insane and some major value. So Ramondre Stevenson comes in at 3.5 pass receptions. They do have him at 4 on PrizePicks, but he comes in at a minus 191 to the over and a plus 142 to the under. That is some big, big value and screaming for a bump. It's already been bumped to 4. It's possible it even sees 4.5, depending on how much money comes in tomorrow. So lock this in at 4. All right, so that is half of your parlay. Like I said, I want to stack this. So I do believe Jacoby's going to have 4 receptions. I think Ramondre is going to have 4. That's 8 receptions right there. So we're going to look at Mac Jones. We're going to take a look at his completions. So Mac Jones is at 19.5 pass completions, right? He's hit this in every game but 1, which was the slush storm in Chicago where there was literally no passes thrown. I think he had 13 attempts, we said it was. So let's lock this in. We're going to come take a look over here on Pinnacle. Remember, the line is at 19.5. On Pinnacle, the line is at 20.5, like I said. On Thrive at minus 121. They also offer completions at 31.5, or pass attempts at 31.5 with a minus 132 to the over, so a little bit better line. Let's take a look at the completions versus the attempts. So in completions, like I said, he's hitting 4 or 5. In attempts, He is hitting only 2 of 5, but he's been 1 short, and then last game he was 3 short. So he's been there, and against Minnesota, they're going to be trailing. They're going to need to be throwing the ball, so I do like pass completions as well as pass attempts. We're going to go with the completions based on the fact that I think there's going to be 8 between just 2 players. I have to assume there's going to be 20 total in the game. All right, so we're going to lock in Mac Jones. Next, we're going to go over to Kirk Cousins, keep the stacking up with Justin Jefferson. We're going to be looking at his completions. This has the best value on the whole slate next to Ramondre Stevenson. And like I said, Ramondre's prop was juiced and bumped up on PrizePicks to 4. Kirk's is not bumped, and it comes in at a minus 171. Over 20.5 pass completions against New England. So this line is absolutely glaring right now. Minus 174 over 20.5. So there is no bump, no tricks, no nothing going on. Minus 174. That will get bumped to 21 in the morning, and he's going to need 22 to get there, and he's only hit 22 or better. He's only hit better than 22 twice. He's hit 22 once as well. But I don't like that nearly as much as I like 21, as minute as that sounds. So lock in Cousins. That is 5 plays. So what is the 6th one? Okay. There you have your options here. I have 2 last plays for you. I love TJ Hawkinson. There's some sweet value here too. At 4 receptions, hit or pushed in 4 of the last 5, right? So let's take a peek. Oops, we're in the game. At Hawkinson, he is bumped up to 4.5. PrizePicks only has him at 4. Minus 116 to the over, minus 115 to the under. It's a coin flip line, but it is a half a reception higher. So the push equity is strong, if nothing else. So we're going to go ahead and lock that in as the last pick. Again, this is optional. You can swap this for this other play that I do like equally as much, and it's going to be Steph Diggs touchdown. What is Thanksgiving without a Steph Diggs touchdown? Come on. He has hit this in 3 of the last 5 games. If we jump into Pinnacle one last time to take a look at Steph's line, Stephon Diggs, 0.5 touchdowns, comes in at minus 132 to the over, minus 101 to the under. I personally think this is a lock, so you can lock it in no matter which way you like it. Like I said, I don't have the Jefferson free square, so I personally am playing this. Jacoby Myers over 4 projected receptions, Ramondre Stevenson over 4 projections, stacked with Mac Jones over 19.5 completions. Then I got Kirk Cousins over 20.5 completions, stacked with TJ Hawkinson over 4 receptions, and then I have Steph Diggs over a half of a touchdown. So that is what I'm going to leave you guys with. Again, I did say I would show you a little bit of a sneak peek into Patreon. I have this exact same lineup here, and I'm showing them and I'm showing you. So for Thanksgiving plays, here are some plays that I may not have mentioned. I'm going to give them all out to you guys. Excuse me. Happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate everybody's support. Here is all the plays I have for tomorrow's NFL slate. Gabe Davis over 54.5 yards. Stephon Diggs over 0.5 touchdowns. Josh Allen over 23.5 completions. Tyler Bass over 1.5 field goals. I don't know what happened there. Let me correct that real quick. Tyler Bass over 1.5 field goals. Into the next game. Like I said in here too, 54.5 total with the 9.5 spread. This game's the highest total by a mile. Should be high scoring and up paced. I like all these plays a lot. There's going to be a lot of back and forth despite the way Buffalo likes to keep those long possessions. Next, we're jumping into the Giants and Cowboys game. 45.5 total, 10-point spread to the Cowboys. I like CeeDee Lamb over 5.5 receptions. I like Dalton Schultz over 37.5 yards. I like Brett Maher over 8 fantasy points. I like Daniel Jones over a half of an interception. I like Daniel Jones over 30.5 pass attempts. I like Darius Slayton over 50.5 yards. And I like Saquon Barkley over 73.5 rushing yards. Last but not least, in the Vikings and Patriots game, they have the lowest total of the day at 42.5. This game should be close with a 2.5 spread only to the Vikings. I don't really get the line there, but it is what it is, I guess. So we got the Justin Jefferson free square. Don't miss this. Up to $20 is allowed on this promotion. You can two-man it. I would suggest you could two-manning it with like Jacoby Myers receptions or the Ramondre Stevenson receptions. And then personally, I like the Kirk Cousins completions. So you could either do a two-man or a three-man, or you could go ahead and go balls to the wall and go six-man. You can $20 it. You could $5 4 different iterations of your lineup, whatever you like to do. But in this game, again, the Jefferson free square, Cousins over 20.5 completions, Mac Jones over 19.5 completions, TJ Hawkinson over 4 receptions, Jacoby Myers over 4 receptions, Ramondre Stevenson over 4 receptions, and again, my favorite Thrive plays were Dalton Schultz over 39.5 yards, Mac Jones over 19.5 completions, and again, I did throw in that one bonus pick over on Thrive of Gabe Davis over 58.5 yards. With that, guys, I wish you the best of luck if you're tailing. Happy Thanksgiving. I wish everybody well. Thank you all for your support. Please check out Thrive. Make sure to deposit up to $10 using my code. Make one paid entry and come on the Discord and let me know, and you will get put into the top tier Patreon that runs $40 per month usually for free until the end of 2022. Until the next one, guys. Thank you and peace.